Hello and welcome in here to Allen Athletics on WACH-FOX 57. I'm Kay Crenshaw. Glad to have you with us here on this Sunday morning. Well, earlier in the week, we celebrated National Women and Girls in Sports Day. Now here on the program this week, we'll talk with Allen women's basketball coach LaToya Jones about how her team's season is coming to a close, but also what a day like National Women and Sports Day means to her. And also we'll talk with softball head coach Kayla Robinson on how her team is taking to the diamond early on this season with a lot of new faces around on the roster. All that and more coming up here on Allen Athletics.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
At Allen, discover the things you've been searching for. Achievements, authenticity, an experience that helps to uncover the real you. It's your turn to be discovered, to be polished, to shine. Allen University, where hidden gems are revealed.
And welcome back in here to Allen Athletics. Kay Crenshaw now joined alongside LaToya Jones, head women's basketball coach here at Allen. Coach, the last time we talked to you, we caught up on a pair of matchups against Edward Waters and Savannah State. Well, as the schedule works out, you play those same two teams again, and step in reverse order. Let's start with Edward Waters first. You go down to Jacksonville, and an early first quarter deficit of 10 points was too tough to overcome over those final three quarters. I know you like how your team responded in that second half, but what started out slow early on?
I think that we were very aggressive in that game. I just think that our shots were not falling for us. And then, we kept hustling, but I just think that that really plagued us in the first half, just getting so close. Like, we were executing the plan, getting inside, but just couldn't get them to fall for us. And I think that that was something that we did better in the second half, but that's the thing that plagued us in the beginning.
By the time student athletes get to this level, they've shot thousands of shots, tens of thousands of shots probably. I know it can be frustrating for them at times when they just don't see them falling. Why are the shots not falling through? As a coach, what do you say to a player who has shot their entire life and suddenly tonight it's just not clicking?
Well, it all starts with just not getting down on yourself, just to keep it going. Like, if that's something that you do, that's a way that you have contributed to this team already, I know that it's going to fall. So, like, my thing is, it's okay. We're right there. Keep shooting it. Keep going. Don't hang your head. Just trying to fuel the positivity, because it can be a number of things, but we don't have time to fix all of it. So I just want them just to be positive, stay positive, and just know that it's going to work for us, just like it did in the Edward Waters game. Those shots that were not falling for us were falling for us in the second half. So
now you turn your attention up ahead a couple of days. You went down to Savannah State and took on a Tiger team that, once again, has been really among the league leaders each of the last few seasons. And another tough loss to them, but it was a rally that just came up short. 62-56, the final score down in Savannah. What were your thoughts against Savannah State?
I was very proud of our efforts. I really emphasized playing them here. Our first time playing them, we did not rebound the basketball well. We did not shoot our free throws well. We would not attack as much as I would have liked, and we did those things there. We had them on their heels. It was a back and forth. It just came down to just them getting a few stops on us and scoring, and us getting stops but not being able to score in the last few minutes of the game. And that's kind of like a tough crowd too to play in. The atmosphere is very, very, very game motivating, let's say that. And so, you know, I was very proud how they responded. You know, if we would have hit some free throws down the stretch or got a few more rebounds, I really think, and you know, I told my team that we could have came out with that victory. It's just those are small crunch time moments where we have to make it. It just didn't fall for us in those moments. But we do have a lot to be encouraged about moving forward. So we're just gonna stay focused and keep moving forward.
One of those things I know you're encouraged to see. Back in really over winter break, Talia Wesley goes down with a shoulder injury, and she's been slowly working her way back. Early on in the season, mainstay starter, go-to scorer. She gets hurt, and it's been a slow process back. Her each of the last two games been in double figures. No, that's good to see.
Yes, that's good to see. She is definitely getting that confidence back. Like, you know, all of my players, they have this little twinkle. I can tell when it's on. I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to touch her because she's in her mode. And so it's been a pleasure and just a good thing to see her just coming alive and stepping back into that Talia that we saw in the beginning of the year prior to her having to go through those things, in addition to Zion coming up big for us. You know, like, we have a lot of people that are growing up. We have a lot of people that are getting it now, that their game is starting to evolve to where, you know, it's starting to tap on that consistent, you know, word that I want so badly with this team. And I'm just proud of that. Talia, and Zion, they really stepped up big for us.
You talk about Zion Duncan, and she's been a mainstay here on the program. She's coming off a career high performance, though, 16 points. You talk about evolving their game, a player who stepped into the college game and didn't see minutes early on in the season, and now she's a leading scorer coming off against Savannah State. What in her game has evolved so well?
She finally believes in the talent that God has given her. We talk a lot about, Zion, you can do this. Nobody can stop you. This is how you can score. I mean, she has so many different moves. She can score facing up. She can score back to the basket. But again, Zion had to believe it for herself. Zion scored those points because Zion believed it. I didn't draw up anything magical. The team didn't say anything magical to her. Zion just put in herself like, I can't be stopped, and she wasn't stopped. And I was so proud of her. And I think that having her for 3 more years is going to be very special for Allen University. And I'm just happy that it doesn't matter when it happens. Well, it does, but it doesn't matter when it happens, as long as it's happening where she can look in the mirror and say, I'm this, I'm that, I can do this, I can do that. And she's given that space and that opportunity to show people, because it hasn't been one film when I went back to watch the game that commentators haven't been talking about, oh, she's just a freshman. She's just a freshman. I was like, yeah. So she has a bright future ahead of her. But honestly, Zion is doing great, and she has been very effective because Zion believes in herself now. And it's no more of us having to tell her. She can tell herself, and that's what you want.
Know the name now.
Yes.
That's what she's saying. Zion
That's
Duncan.
it. Yes.
We're going to take a quick break. Be back with Coach Jones here in a moment.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
Back here on Allen Athletics, talking women's basketball with head coach LaToya Jones. Coach, as we sit here and talk this week, it is also National Women and Girls in Sports Day this week. Every year since 1987, we've set aside this day to acknowledge and honor the progress and accomplishments that women have made in their fields of sports. As you look back at how women's sports has evolved, what does a day like today mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, little girls, when I was coming up, you didn't see them playing sports. We played, you know, more like in the house things, or, you know, you didn't see girls thinking that that they can do things outside of just, what society at that time was showing us that girls can do. And so, for me, my personal story, I didn't even think of playing sports at all. I mean, I had a computer teacher in the 8th grade. I was the tallest girl in school, and she bugged me for 3 days. And I was like, lady, I'm not playing basketball. But then I came out to tryouts, I made the team, and a journey it was, first time playing. But to see myself evolve and, to see my confidence grow, and then to see how, I became a role model for others, and just, the seat I sit in now, it all started from me as an 8th grader being asked to play basketball, a sport I knew nothing about. I didn't have anybody before me, my dad, my mom, no sister, no anybody, I don't have that story like such and such put the ball in my hand. That's not my story. And so just to see, that there's a power, there's an influence, there's a movement with women in sports. There is change being happened, not just on the court, but it's national change, global change happening with women coming together because of sports, but then doing other things because of sports, like sports being that main thing, just to bridge us together. It has been beautiful. And it's starting to shift, and it's starting to look different now. So the future is brighter because of what took place then, and how we've taken it, and how we've shared it, and it's being shared with the masses, and just all the beautiful things that have come from it, that women know that they can be athletes plus so much more because of the connections that it brings. So that's what inspires me on today, and that's why this day is important.
Well, I think you touched on something there about how women's sports, especially basketball, it's a collective effort.
Yes.
And a fact that I wanted to share, a few weeks ago, a college women's basketball game, more people watched that game that night than an NBA game on the same night. And the way that women's basketball especially has grown exponentially recently. Obviously, we're here in Columbia. You see what Dawn Staley has done at South Carolina. I know she's probably a role model in the community as well. Who are those other figures that you really felt like have been trailblazers in women's basketball?
Well, you have Coach Yo at Ole Miss that has really done a great job. You have Joni Taylor at Texas. When she was at Georgia too, she did a great job. You have Kelly Harper at Tennessee. You also have, the list can go on and on and on about just certain women that are just really trailblazing. You have Muffet McGraw from Notre Dame. You got Neil Ivey also that's carrying the torch. And the beauty of it is that when those pioneers sit down, the torch is still lit. The next person is coming in and they're keeping it alive. It's no dip. It's not, there's no drop off. It's still being lit, and then it's growing. The flame just keeps growing. And, that's what's beautiful to me. The NCAA provides us with an opportunity during the Final Four for like all coaches to come together, and you wouldn't even know, who was at, this school and that school. You do, but it's more about sharing notes, coming together, going to workshops, picking each other's brain, even if it's over dinner or just sitting in the lobby just talking. Like, everybody puts down everything and extend their knowledge just to help to grow the game itself, not just your program, but it's growing the game. Because if I learn, I'm going to teach you, and then you're going to teach, and it's just a gift that keeps on giving. And that's what blesses me, just to be able to see these women on a TV, but then rub elbows with them at the Final Four, go to their camps, just to have that dialogue that's just really rich and golden nuggets that can help me as a younger coach coming up through the ranks. And then, people, they don't step into this profession to be role models, but it's good that the culture of a women's basketball has role models and people that are saying, like, I see you, keep it up, you're doing a good job. Those things mean so much.
The future of the game is so strong, and that's true here at Allen as well. As we work our way through 2024, Coach, I don't think there's been a week yet you haven't had a recruit or recruits here on campus. Talk to me a little bit update on the recruiting front. I know you're getting a lot of young ladies
Yes.
exposure to this program.
Yes. You know, Allen is a hidden gem. You know, Allen is a place that is on the rise. Allen is a place that is going to be talked about forever, you know, and I am introducing, you know, student athletes to Allen and the history and what makes it special, and not only from an athletic lens, but just also from a school lens and a community lens, and just those people that are really working hard just to make sure, you know, that Allen does rise. And there's, you know, we're sitting on special soil here, historical soil, and I think that, you know, having these recruits from our neighboring states, I even have, you know, recruits that's hearing about Allen on a national lens, you know, just coming and then being able just to touch and just spend some time. It has been very helpful. You know, we have a lot of good talent, and let's just say that Allen's future is very bright for women's basketball. Future as in near future, not too far away, but near future.
Right. Especially in the near future, we've got some opponents coming up on the calendar, including a rivalry game. We'll preview that and more when we come back here on Allen Athletics.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
Back here talking women's basketball with Coach LaToya Jones. Coach, as you turn your attention to what lies ahead on the schedule, first off, you book a non-conference game right here at the back end of your SIAC slate, bringing in nearby Columbia foe and Converse University. How did that game come about on your schedule? Why place it where you did?
Well, the schedule was done prior to me getting here, but I think that this is just another, you know, competition for us just to be able just to test ourselves. You know, every game is a test, and here we are with just another test. Converse is a good team. Converse is a team that runs their system, plays well, they play inside out, they're going to run the floor, so they're going to give us some of the things that we've already seen before, but then at a different level. And you know, I'm excited about what my team's going to bring and how this is going to challenge us, because you know, as you said, this is a familiar foe, so we're not new to each other, but there's a respect there to where it's going to be a good game, and we're going to definitely compete.
Then you go back on the road for a bit, trips to Albany State and Fort Valley State. Of course, for your back home in the big one, Benedict College will be here February 17th, 2 o'clock. Before you get to that Benedict game and meet your rivalry again, through these next two games of your team on the road, Albany State and Fort Valley State, two teams that you're hoping to have better outcomes against. What are you looking for your team in those two?
Well, first and foremost, we want these two games because we left a lot on the floor. We left a lot that we just could have just tweaked or just gave a better effort. And I think that that is something, you know, that I'm challenging my team on, and that, you know, and it's not effort just for effort's sake. It's efforts for 40 minutes. It's effort in those must-have plays. It's effort in those little hustle plays that, oh, we were almost there, you know. And so I think that that's what I'm looking for. I am looking for the effort along with the execution, you know, because again, we left a lot on the table, and these are two teams that that can really help us, but then also two teams that would challenge us. And I'm just ready just to see how we will rise to the occasion. Again, we left some stuff on the table, and we got to go get it back.
Coach, as the season's had some ups and downs, one of the downs has not been the injury bug. Your team, for the most and large part, has been healthy. What's the injury status heading into the final few weeks of the season?
Well, we're still working with one, but you know, all season my team has been playing with little nicks here and there, and they really pushed and persevered. But right now, we're still working with one. But other than that, everybody else is healthy and ready to go.
Ready to go. Allen women's basketball will be on the road here in the next little bit, taking on Albany State and Fort Valley State. Back here at home, February 17th to take on Benedict College. Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
We'll be back in moments.
At Allen, discover the things you've been searching for. Achievements, authenticity, an experience that helps to uncover the real you. It's your turn to be discovered, to be polished, to shine. Allen University, where hidden gems are revealed.
And we're back here on Allen Athletics. From the hardwood to the diamond, we're talking with softball head coach Kayla Robinson. Coach, it's been a minute since you've been around. How was the off season for your team?
Oh, the off season was really good. I have a new group this year, so it was a lot of fun getting them to get to know each other and really find our rhythm as a group. So it was really exciting, really productive, and you're right, it has been a minute since I've been here.
Well, Coach, you mentioned you have a lot of new faces around your roster. When we say a lot, you only had 2 returners from last year back for another season. What's it been like adapting a lot of these freshmen into the college game for the first time?
Oh, it has been definitely a big learning curve for me. I always said that inheriting a team was a big learning curve, but bringing in a whole new group has been something of its own as well. So it's been really fun and interesting because all the girls are from many different places. I have 13 freshmen, and y'all heard me right, 13 freshmen, and they drive me up a wall every day, but it always just brings me back to knowing, like, okay, this is the same stuff that me and some of my teammates went through, because I don't know if you know this, but when I was at Claflin, I was a part of a 13-member freshman class as well. So it's like I can kind of relate to them a little bit and kind of help them navigate different things that they go through, but it's definitely been fun getting to know them and getting them to get to know each other and stuff like that. So it's been fun.
As someone who went through it as a player and is now doing it as a coach, do you feel any sympathy for your old Claflin coach, wondering, oh man, what did we put Coach through back then?
Yes, very much so. I'm like, wow, I'm surprised that man had hair by the time we graduated.
Well, Coach, I'll flip it as well. You've been in those players' shoes, and you went through a whole season. They're just 2 games in so far. What are some of those things that they can expect to go through the roller coaster, if you will, of a freshman season?
Yes, just really like those freshman jitters the first couple games. Like I could tell in the first 2 games, they weren't really bad losses, honestly, when you look at it on paper. So I was letting them know, like, it's okay. Like, I know you were nervous. You know, I try to hit the ball as hard to them in practice and things like that, so they're already prepared. But at the same time, once you get into that game, it's a whole completely different feeling. And we had a lot of fans at the game, a lot of support. So everybody was really wanting to do so good, and then they just made themselves like even more nervous. So, you know, now that we finally gotten through that, now they can kind of calm down a little bit and, you know, be a little bit more comfortable. But I know it's going to be some, you know, growing pains as they go through it, because, you know, it's a game of failure. So the biggest thing for us right now is just being able to navigate that failure that comes with it. So.
We talk about in the circle, you had Alyssa Rich and Zia Alfred out there for you. 2 young faces, 2 freshmen in the circle for you. I know it may be out of necessity because you had all freshmen, but what went the decision for those 2 to get the opening day start?
Yeah, so honestly, for us and this group that we have this year, they're going to be like, you know, our 2 main pitchers. And right now, they both have the ability to start and they both have the ability to come in for relief. So right now, we're just trying to find that perfect system for them that works, so that one doesn't feel like, oh, like I'm always pitching 7 full innings and just killing themselves. So just trying to get them used to that pressure, playing in front of so many people, you know, being a college athlete now. So just giving them that early pressure so that we can figure out a good system and a good rotation as we go on.
Softball heads into the weekend taking on a familiar foe for you. We mentioned a little bit earlier, alma mater, Claflin University, coming up here into Columbia. I know it's always a little special when you play the alma mater, but taking the game itself, emotion out of it, what are you expecting from Claflin?
Oh, I'm expecting it to be a really good game. Of course, you know, I do my research on every team, and they're actually just as young as us. So they might not have as many freshmen as we do, but, you know, they're a young team as well. So I think we're a little bit more equally yoked when it comes to the experience level and it being the college level at this point. So I'm excited for it. It's going to be it's going to be tit for tat. We're already preparing. I'm telling them our defense is what's going to win us the game, because both teams hit really well. So I'm excited to see how they compete, especially since it's my alma mater. You know, they're like, come on, coach, we got to get this one for you. And I'm like, please.
Well, Coach, it's still early on in the season, right? Your team's played 12 innings. Some kids have 6, 7 swings. You don't want to rush to change anything like that. But out of those first 2 games, are there any adjustments you'd like to make ahead of Claflin?
Mainly not really anything on the hitting side because our hitting was pretty consistent. More so just for us, just that defensive side, just that focus and being able to know like, okay, we're in the 4th inning, you know, we still got to win these innings. Like we still have to hold down the fort so that they don't score any runs. And if a score does run, they have to truly earn it because we are out there making the plays. So our defense has been definitely something we're focusing on as we keep on going.
The spring, still young. So it's not easy to say this person's been the spring MVP yet. We're not ready to crown that 2 games in. But when you look back at your fall ball schedule, who were some of those standouts for you early on in the offseason?
I have a few. I say Destiny Breton was a standout for sure. Alyssa Rich was definitely a standout. Jada Sanders, Faith Robinson, and I'll just stop right there because I'm probably gonna keep on going because it's so many of them and they all do so well. But those 4 definitely have really been those leaders that we need on the team, and they really push each other really, really hard. And when I say they compete for a spot every day, they are truly believing that and honing in on, I'm coming out here to compete for a spot. It's not just given to me. So, yeah.
A lot of coaches with such a young team maybe would have a little bit of hesitation, a little worry. You have a ton of excitement heading into year 2. Why is that?
I'm just really excited because, you know, not everybody gets to have that core group that they get to grow with. So being that we're so freshman heavy, I literally get to see these girls grow in every aspect of the word. And it's just really exciting to see them compete because I see them now at practice like, oh, I just messed up on that. Okay, I know what I did. Like, let me fix it. And it's nice seeing things click, and it's almost like watching your kid grow up. So it's really been exciting, and it just means a lot more being that I recruited these girls. So it just means like a little more to me. So
hey, it's Kayla Robinson here sitting down with us. Coach, for fans coming out to MLK Park this season to catch your team, why should they come out and watch Yellow Jacket softball?
Oh, you should come out and watch Yellow Jacket softball because this is truly a new era for our program, and a lot of history is going to be made, and these girls have an opportunity to leave a legacy here at Allen, so you do not want to miss it.
She's Kayla Robinson. I'm Kay Crenshaw. You can check out all of Allen softball's action online at auyellowjackets.com. Schedule, scores, everything you need to know, and directions to MLK Park to get there. Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a moment.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
And that wraps things up for us here on this Sunday morning. We appreciate each and every one of you for making us a part of your Sunday. You can check out all things Allen Yellow Jackets online at auyellowjackets.com. Again, that's auyellowjackets.com. There you'll find scores, schedules, recaps, game photos, anything you need to know about the Yellow Jackets. That is your online home. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AU Yellow Jackets. Until next time, I'm Kate Crenshaw saying so long, we'll see you then, and as always, remember to smile.